Don't ever buy a high mileage German car. I was a victim, and let me tell you my story. This right here was 16 and youthful. He wanted an Audi. He had 10K to his name. Found a 2012 Audi A4 with 130,000 miles. One owner, no accidents, but the oil was burning fast. For the first 2 months, 3 months, it was cool. Look at me, happy with my friends. Until one day I got hit with this warning. And the worst part, there was a shorty in the car. She said, "What's that?" I said, "Oh shit, I'm going too fast. The car's telling me slow down." I had to make some shit up because this is unacceptable. Dropped her off and I went straight to Valvoline. I said, "Yo, I need this shit fixed ASAP." They said, "A quick oil change will do it." So then I did it and it was good for 2 minutes. And then it came back up, beep, beep, beep. Yeah, I'm telling you, for 2 straight months, it took me a while to figure out what the fuck was going on. I literally had to go to the Audi World forums to figure this shit out. And I figured out that this specific generation of Audis, after 130,000 miles, the oil starts to burn fast and that code always shows up no matter what. Like, the only way to get rid of it is to take out the sensor. That's it. End of the day, I just left it how it was. Nigga, I got used to the beeping. And then eventually I started going schizo, so I just had to sell the car. But never again.
How many miles is too many miles for a vehicle? So that's in question when we're talking about mileage and you're deciding on you trying to buy a used vehicle. You in the market of buying a used vehicle, right? And you want to know how many miles. So you ain't buying a new car, right? Because the new car ain't barely got miles on it, right? You buying a used car and like, this car got 120,000 miles on it. Car got 80, car got 30, car got 120, 180, 200, 250, 300, 400. What's a good, like, how can I say it, like rule of thumb, or at least let's just give you like a good guide, something to go off of when we weren't about mileage. And if it's me, and this is how I see it, because I'm a mechanic, I have experience, this is my genre, so you get what I'm saying. We're gonna go off this. If depending on what you want, and it all depends on how much money you spend, which I'll do that in another video on having how much money to spend on X, Y, and Z. A good starting point mileage would be, for me, let's just start at 36,000 miles, right? So anything under, and even if you have it at 10,000 mileage, you know that's not like a bad car. You know, anywhere in between that range, the mileage is cool. You may have small stuff that needs to get fixed and stuff, mainly always maintenance items like your oil change, the lube oil and filter, LOF, tire rotation, I'm just abbreviated, ROT, typical brakes you always gonna have to do on it, and suspension parts. Now you may have an oil leak or two, so I'm just gonna put minor leaks in it, which these are fixable items, which don't make a car like unattractive or make you feel like, hey, I don't want yada yada. No, that's not what I'm preaching in this video. Basically, I'm just stating that in this mileage in between 10,000, even if you start at 30, but if we going below, the cars at 10,000, at that point, this is the range you want to stay in, basically. So if you could get lower, that's fine. Just know you're going to be paying some money. But if you get in this, you know you paying a decent amount of money for a car that's in that range, that's where you want to stay at. My best recommendations for a car with the least amount of problems or whatever. It all depends. Now in a year it could be different. It could be a car, it could be a 20-year-old car with 36,000 miles. But it could be stuff that always need to get updated. Like that's why I put this brakes, suspension, minor leaks, and tire rotations. Other than that, the internals and stuff is pretty solid. And just change your fluids and stuff. So between 40,000 and 80,000 miles, it's going to be enough problems. But you can have the same type of problems all over again. Basic oil changes, tire rotations, then brakes. And I'm just going to make it sure I can even spell brakes and suspension. And then leaks, but these leaks probably won't be minor. So I'm going to put in parentheses major, because I messed up and I don't want to put it in the front. Major oil leaks and stuff. And a lot of the services and stuff is going to be outdated maintenance, basically, with certain flushes, and it's a lot of things that didn't get updated, a lot of things that didn't get fixed at between this mileage. That's when cars start to get like more let go or whatever. Now don't get me wrong, a 40,000 mile in between. This is a decent car. It's not like making it bad, but it's certain stuff that it may be problems with. I'm just gonna be honest with a lot of these newer cars and stuff. How can I say? Engine problems with. How can I say what? Let me just put. You're gonna have to be, and at some point in between 40,000 to 80,000 miles, you're gonna be doing like some type of engine repair, and we're gonna put transmission repair on that as well. There's gonna be some type of repair on that, whether if it was warranty or not. Well, I would assume you buying a used car, you ain't under warranty, but in between that mileage, cars that's out of warranty, and you fall into having engine and transmission problems, you just got to be careful. We just shipped it in the future, and they're making parts a lot cheaper, so we're going to be having cars that, remember back in the day, cars used to be up to like 120,000, 150, 200,000, and be having like not too much extensive stuff needed to get done. Now in the future, the parts is different and make them cheaper and stuff now. So if we fast forward to the future, or at least extend the miles more, so let's go from 85,000, right, to let me put 130,000 miles, because 130,000 mile cool car, I mean, could run good and run decent, but it just got like a lot of miles, and could be because of like highway or whatever. So it all depends on the year. So when you getting into this, you're going to be prominent to more problems. These two boxes all over again. This time things are going to be more severe, so I'm going to put severe. I can't even spell severe maintenance, and I still can't even spell once again. I know I didn't spell maintenance right, but it is what it is. I had went back and tried to spell it for you. I just spelled a little, I'm not saying I'm a little slow or something. Like, I speak Spanish, so sometimes my words get like a little like mixed up, like in between, like my brain is por el cerebro, es así. Y entre los dos idiomas me cuesta un poco, es confuso algunas veces, pero creo que lo tengo. Pero cuando hay momento que me llegué así, es así para mí. Pero todo bien, seguimos adelante. 85,000 miles between 130,000 miles, severe maintenance basically. You're going to be running in stuff where bad oil leaks, bad leaks, right? Engine noise. And the trans, I'm going to put trans noise too. Or some type of slippage, I'm going to put problems, trans problems. Either between both of them or whatever, and that's what makes things more severe. And that's how we going in the future with these type of cars that they making, especially cars that run on 0 W20, and that's just my math. And that's cars I'd probably run on 0 W40. I might have seen that before, I don't know. But these oils are like pretty thin. I don't trust that, especially when we coming into a high mileage point. Even with my car, I'm going to switch over to 5W20. Why? Between 5W20 and 5W30, these in that era when these two type of oils, or at least type of grade of oils, were important, we got longevity out of like a lot of things. My Suburban 2000, what was it? 2000 Suburban had 320,000 miles on it, and that was original, and it ran on 5W30. And a lot of the older cars I had that had high mileage, I didn't have too many high mileage cars, I had some, and they ran on 5W30, and before that it was 10W30, but I wouldn't want to use that nowadays. We just stick to 530. You can get away with 1030 certain stuff or whatever, but it just totally up to you. You're gonna be running into these things. There's probably other stuff I could stuff getting clogged up, stuff leaking, just because people lacked on, never did flushes, and let's add that again. Cars that's can I say body damage. Cars that don't sound right, make noise, and then we can increase the mileage and go up more if you want to. Let's just call it, let's just say about 40 to 300,000 miles. And that's cars that go over 300,000 miles, and that is possible. But then at that point, I know your car don't run like no 30,000 mile car, yet alone 10,000, yet alone 40, 80,000, 85 to 100,000. It just all depends. At this point, you better be heading upgrading a lot of stuff or whatever, period. You probably went through a couple rebuilds and whatever it is to keep the car back up on the road. Either way, nowadays it's kind of cheaper to keep the car. I recommend if the engine got problems, transmission got problems, if it's too hard to fix, get another one and start over from scratch. I ain't say get another car. You get another engine in charge, start over from scratch. You get another transmission, start over from scratch. You be sensible about it. Or can I say, be sensible, more common sense, more so. So that's just my 2 cents on the debating on which cars you think getting or mileage or something like that. You might got a car but like, oh, it look good, but it got all these miles on here, and I broke it down what things that it can have. Even in this bracket, the 85,000 to 130,000 mile bracket, you still could be running into these items. Now I have vehicles that needed engine work, and I'm gonna grab the marker. I don't know if I should highlight it again or make a note or outline it, but you will be doing, look, it'll be like major engine repairs, but it's more prominent. And this mileage is when people seem to just not be interested in a car like that anymore. I don't know. I didn't create this. People did. So it is what it is. I just pretty much speak on it. If you did disagree with me, if you put your 2 cents in the comments, feel free to do it. I don't care. I'm Leekautorepair. Next video, we'll probably talk about some more car stuff. If you're interested in buying a car, make sure this video is searchable for you guys, so that way if you got car questions and stuff or whatever, if you know a car got this amount of miles on it, but what does it mean for you? So I hope this video answered questions. If you got more questions, leave it in the comment section. And yeah, see you in the next video.